Buried deep beneath the crumbling walls of a forgotten city, archaeologists found something that made even the most seasoned historian shiver. A chamber carved from black stone, etched with symbols no one had seen before, and at its center, a dried pool of blood that seemed far too deliberate to be accidental. Some records called it a royal ceremonial hall, but according to fragments they uncovered, the ritual performed here never truly ended. The city itself was ancient, lost to time and war. Historians call it Arakan, a kingdom that vanished from maps over 1,000 years ago, leaving only scattered ruins and whispers in foreign chronicles. When Dr. Elena Marquez, an expert in pre-medieval civilizations, led the excavation, she expected fragments of pottery, maybe some jewelry. What she didn't expect were the walls themselves telling a story, walls coated in red stains and inscriptions of a language that seemed designed to unsettle. Symbols spiraled in impossible patterns, each one centered around a single recurring motif, the drop of blood. Inside the chamber, the air was thick, heavy as if it had absorbed centuries of ritual. The smell of iron lingered even after careful cleaning. Small alcoves held skulls, polished and arranged as though watching. And in the very center, a stone basin, carved perfectly to catch every drop of blood. The writings around it hinted at an obsession that was almost impossible to comprehend, a ceremony meant to continue forever. The ritual itself was grotesquely meticulous. It was performed by the highest-ranking priests, men and women cloaked in crimson robes, their chants echoing against stone walls. Flickering torchlight threw long shadows across their faces, highlighting eyes wide with reverence or fear. Blood was the language of the divine, they believed. Royal blood, in particular, was said to hold the key to maintaining balance between the living and the gods. One slip, one failed sacrifice, and the kingdom would fall. Or so they wrote. Imagine standing in that chamber with them. The faint smell of incense mixes with iron. A chant rises, low and throbbing, vibrating through every stone. A blade glints in the torchlight. The ritual begins, precise and deliberate. Every gesture is mirrored in the symbols carved into the walls, every movement recorded in arcane texts. And then, the offering, blood spilling into the basin, the sound of it trickling against stone almost hypnotic. It's mesmerizing and horrifying all at once. But the most disturbing part wasn't the ritual itself. It was what came next. Archaeologists found layers upon layers of bloodstains, spanning centuries. According to their calculations, these rituals were repeated not just annually, but generationally, each priest training the next. And when Arakan fell to invading forces, the ceremonies didn't stop. Records from neighboring kingdoms suggest that remnants of the ritual migrated, carried secretly by survivors. Royal blood, it seems, was still being offered in hidden enclaves long after the kingdom ceased to exist. And that's where the story gets strange. There are references to this ritual in scattered texts from distant lands, mentions of crimson ceremonies, secret blood rites, and mysterious lineages that vanish without explanation. Archaeologists found sealed chambers in villages hundreds of miles from Arakan, each with the same spiral symbols and dried stains. What does it mean? That the ritual survived the fall of empires, that it was never meant to end, that it might still exist in some forgotten place, waiting. Historians are obsessed with these echoes. They trace similar practices in other civilizations, blood used as a bridge between the mortal and divine, repeated over generations, hidden from the public eye. Sometimes chronicles abruptly stop, pages ripped, records burned. Sometimes temples are found untouched for centuries, yet arranged in ways that scream purpose. Every discovery deepens a mystery. Why would something so dark be preserved? Why would generations risk everything to continue a ritual whose origins are already lost? Even now, when archaeologists close the sealed chambers of night, the stories haunt them. Some report strange drafts, whispers that echo across empty halls. Some swear the patterns and the symbols shift when no one is looking. The past, it seems, is not dead. It watches, waits, and sometimes it remembers, because some rituals don't end with time. They linger in the stones and the shadows, in the lineage of blood that never broke. They are not forgotten, and perhaps they are not meant to be. And the most unsettling truth? Every new discovery only raises more questions. How many of these rites continued unnoticed, hidden beneath villages and forests, or under the very streets we walk on today? How many never truly ended? Because history has a way of keeping its darkest secrets alive. And some ceremonies, they simply wait for someone to find them,